Are we recording? Okay, yes we are. Hello everybody, what is going on? It's your friendly neighborhood Dungeon Master Rose here, back at it again with another Stories from the Savagelands video. If you guys have not watched the last episode, what the hell are you guys doing? That was like some true like Godfather type shit, so you guys totally gotta watch that episode. But if you guys are just needing a quick refresher real quick, the Max, we kind of learned a little bit more about their backstory and how that they were experimented on by the Society of Humane Experimentation, otherwise known as SOHE. Um, and so two employees from SOHE or tried to capture Max. They failed, and Rexius came up with the very clever idea of just buying out and literally killing everyone. They managed to rescue a test subject by the name of Pan Pan, who was the old CEO's butler, but now he's free. Um, and
Mm.
as they made it back to Ironhelm and back into MedCorp, we left off with two very familiar voices to Rexius saying, Rexius, long time no see. And that is where we are at right now. Rexius, I'm sorry, did you just get assaulted by a squishmallow?
No, I had my wife toss me a squishmallow so I could put it behind me, because I've been having back problems for the last couple of days.
Ooh, yikes, that's
Fair.
not fun. But fair, very fair.
That being said, me being assaulted by a
Yeah.
squishmallow at any point while recording Savagelands or any of my other content is absolutely possible. There is an entire chance that like Oogie Boogie is just gonna fly and hit me in the face in like 5 minutes. That's a
Oh, no.
constant worry here.
All right,
It'll be canon. Your character gets assaulted by plushies.
just constantly, just Rexius is just pissed off. Like, all right, who the fuck is throwing the shit? All right, so, you guys turn around to see two tieflings. Rexius, these are your characters, and so I'll let you describe Remus and Romulus to us.
So when you see them, if you look at them and then back to Rexius, none of this makes any sense other than that they're all tieflings. So Romulus is this he's a little bit bigger than your average guy, but he is also an almost bioluminescent green instead of a typical tiefling color. He is clad in mostly like studded leather, but it's more leather jacket than leather breastplate. He has a concerning amount of guns on him, and one of his arms is cybernetic. Um, you in any scenes that you find him in, you'll notice that when he's standing next to Remus, he can be a lot more calm and charismatic. He's the same way if he's with Rexius. If he is by himself, however, he's a lot like Aaron in he has the whole introverted, quiet genius who does not want to deal with you people thing. He may or may not be autistic. I will let the audience kind of figure that out for themselves. Remus, on the other hand, is so far on the opposite end of the spectrum, it's not even funny. He is more of a sickly green, almost like a leper or something like that. But he is significantly bulkier than Romulus. He is your big, handsome himbo type. He's clad in all these fluorescent colors. He's got like a neon purple cape. Um, they are they're both really weird when you see them together. If you catch Romulus by himself, he can actually be kind of intimidating because with him everything's a project, with the sole exception being his brothers or people that are really close to him. But everything else to him, he looks at it and he's like, I don't like it. How do I fix it? It's wrong. It's wrong? No.
To make a Doctor Who reference, oh, I see you've redecorated. I don't like it.
Exactly. But a keynote that I discussed with, I talked to you about and I discussed with one of my fellow players in between sessions, if you look right about here on any of the three brothers, it's been covered for Rexius so far, but they have a rather large tattoo right about here that is an insignia that essentially looks like a rather large fluorescent colored shield with the heads of three tieflings here, here, and here, facing different directions.
Oh.
Okay.
And we can talk more about what that means later, but the shoulder guard on Rex's armor has always covered his. That's why it hasn't been mentioned before.
Okay. All right.
Makes
So
sense.
Remus and Romulus walk up and straight to you, Rexius, and hugs and handshakes, and Remus speaks up.
They are absolutely tackled the second they walked in the door and said, "Rex, it's been so long since we've seen you." It was, "You guys!" Tackle.
Oh, okay. All right. So Remus and Romulus fall to the ground, and they're just dying of laughter, and Romulus is like, it's been so long, Rexius. How have you been? I can definitely see you got our upgrades we sent in advance. Yours truly.
We all know that Romulus has always had the best toys. I look directly at him as I'm saying this, although it's his own fault.
Guilty.
That being said, I've made a few acquisitions that I have so far been enjoying. Gestures to the entire hospital. Most of the bots here are... They would be quite advanced if I weren't used to you, again, gesturing to Romulus. And I look at Remus and I'm like, this guy?
Real quick. Church is gonna nudge Rexius and be like, yeah, whose idea also was it to... Basically, Church is asking, who gave you the idea to do it?
That idea did not come from Church. I gotta point that... as soon as it was, the guy in charge is dead, what are we gonna do about who's gonna be in charge now? Rex had an evil moment. I was like, hey.
I did the forgery.
I introduced them to the others. I'm like, this is Church. His favorite hobbies are hitting things and getting locked in closets.
Quick punch to the arm for the
this is
offside joke.
Hugin. He's smarter than we give him credit for, but dumber than he thinks. Wow, I gesture to Max, and this is a panda.
Very much.
Hello. Well, I just pulled up Stabby and said hello. And this is Stabby. Stabby, introduce yourself.
That over there is Peloton. He's my son.
Aww.
He kind of looks like surprised for a moment, and he's just like, yeah, son. Stabby then pipes
This is like the third time I've called him that. I gotta point that out.
Yeah, and he's still getting used to it.
Yeah.
Stabby pipes up and says,
children.
Oh, Max, are these new people we can stab?
No, we can't stab them. They're good people.
Ah, damn it.
Oh, speaking of which, the panda has a knife.
And it's self-aware, and it's sentient.
Romulus
got it.
Romulus is just looking at it with big eyes and is like, remind me not to piss the panda off.
Oh, don't worry. As long as you don't piss me off and don't do it, double cross me, I'm not gonna definitely use her. If you double cross me, she's gonna be very much happy to be used.
The conversation is immediately cut off by a bunch of Knights of the Future walking in and saying, attention, everyone. I need everyone to leave the premises immediately except for the members of R&R Industries and the party known as the Moon Shadows. Please leave immediately.
Okay. I put Stabby away because I don't want Stabby to be noticed by these knights.
All right.
I'm gonna whistle for Simmons. Hopefully he can hear me wherever he is in the hospital.
Simmons flies out of the closet that you came out of and just perches on your shoulder. The knights then there's about 3 of them. No, not yeah, 3 of them. Duh. It's been a long day. 3 of them walk up to you and they look immediately to Rexius and say, so sorry to come up on such short notice, but we have been made aware by an anonymous source that your panda friend Max is in possession of an illegal piece of tech known as Stabby. We ask that you
I don't know what you're talking about.
We ask that you please hand over Stabby immediately, as she is considered illegal and very, very dangerous.
Stabby's not dangerous. Stabby's only dangerous is if somebody uses Stabby.
Well, how ironic. A knife is dangerous.
I will readily admit, yes, that's a little ironic. Pause for just a sec. This screen is just casting so much glare on me. I need to turn on my bedroom light. Because like my face looks like white as a ghost. I just need to turn
I don't know.
on
That kind of adds a DM effect.
I mean,
fair enough. All right, there we go. That's a lot better. All right, so
I don't
once again,
suppose that.
oh, Hugin said.
I don't suppose that you would explain to us exactly why this thing is dangerous, beyond the fact that it is a knife. I mean, plenty of people have them. This one just happens to talk.
Stabby is considered an illegal and dangerous piece of tech because she was created by the underground, and they specialize in illegal pieces of tech. While all forms of tech are allowed to have AI and are allowed to talk, Stabby is self-aware, and self-aware technology is highly dangerous and very illegal.
Stabby's not gonna hurt anybody. And technically they can't do anything if no one holds them. Literally just put it on the floor. Stabby can't exactly do anything other than just say, hey, please hold me, please hold me.
Ironic, it's kind of like weird that
Literally there is no issue. Stabby's not a danger. Stabby's only in danger is if the person is weak-willed and easy to manipulate. Which unfortunately, I'm not that easy. And I'm not easily manipulated. I'm the one who gets to manipulate it.
And Hugin,
I also wonder. Yes, I was trying to say that the idea that anyone can truly own a self-aware individual is quite preposterous in itself. I mean, if it's self-aware and it's with somebody, doesn't that technically mean that it's just a being hanging around with other people and not a piece of technology?
Look, you, Hugin, I believe your name is, you bring up some very valid points. And while I understand that there might be some who have grown very attached to Stabby, self-aware technology is still illegal. We cannot just turn a blind eye to it. If you could please just hand it over, we'll forget this whole interaction happened. You all didn't know, so we are not about to arrest you or fine you or anything like that.
I think that
Stabby.
would it be possible to just send this thing consciousness to something that cannot hurt anybody? And would that be okay?
So Hugin, DM talk. Just wanting to make sure we're all on the same page. Basically, you're saying modify Stabby so that she's not self-aware and can't hurt anybody.
Now, I'm saying that we play I'm saying that we take the weld spring that exists inside of the knife and place it in perhaps something a little less deadly, like a radio, and then just give them the knife.
Okay, all right. The knights kind of ponder over this, and you see one of them like turn to the other one. And he's like, it's kind of point if they just do a, and the one that's been talking the whole time kind of elbows them, and ow, and the one is like, all right, look, I understand where everybody is coming from. However, I have orders to seize that knife, and I would prefer for things not to get messy. Especially because you, Rexius, and RR&R Industries have trade relations with the Knights of the Future. So just hand
Hold
over.
on just one moment. This law you're enforcing, is it from some type of ruler or elected official, or is it just from your leader?
He kind of recoils a little bit, like almost kind of surprised that you talk to him that way. And he kind of fixes himself, and he's like, doesn't matter. Rules are rules. The Knights of the Future were built on rules.
I smell corruption.
So I grab him by his armor and like pull him towards my face. Because the second he said any kind of self-aware technology was illegal, Rex went from this is fine to I'm about to commit homicide like that.
Okay.
You're going to answer my question, or I swear, in the name of everything you hold dear, I will fry you to a crisp. And like my gauntlet sparks as my other hand reaches towards his face.
Holy shit. Okay, Rexius, roll intimidation.
24.
Oh my
Oh,
damn!
oh!
Okay,
I'm
alright.
guessing that's a dirty one.
Now that's a 18
That
plus
is an
6.
18 plus 6.
Yeah, that is a not a net 20.
You have intimidated him. He's like, all right. Technically, you should be arrested for even putting your hands on me like that. But
If you continue to threaten me, I'm going to rip your head from your shoulders.
oh, and now
He
we're
could.
talking in threats now. Do we really want to escalate this? Do we really feel like we need to do this? All I'm asking for is a simple damn knife.
We can give you the knife, but we cannot give you the consciousness inside of the knife, because the consciousness probably does not want to go with you. It wants to be with the panda, and we have to respect that.
Stabby
I like the
actually
knife.
does pipe up at this point and is like, yeah, no, I don't want to go. And all of you are just kind of like surprised a little bit just for the little bit of time you've spent with this knife. She's very psychotic and like, yeah, kind of like that. But she is showing a genuine emotion of sadness and is not psychotic about it. She's like, no, I don't want to go. I may be an illegal piece of tech, but I have a family.
Aw, where's your family?
So you can either tell me whose supposed law this is, and I can go deal with them, or
Legal.
I
Little
can
battle.
deep fry every Knight of the Future I find.
Woo! Okay, all right. So
Woohoo!
I'm not letting that.
Protect
So
Stabby.
he is just at the. Oh, Church. Yeah, what's up?
So the moment Church hears Rexius going out of control, he's just gonna quickly tase him just to get him to chill. Remember, joy
Kinda
buzzer
good.
gloves.
Joy Buzzer Club.
Not intended to
no.
do any damage, just to get him to chill.
So just like a little shock to be like, hey, dude,
That's
calm the
how
hell
much of a
down.
jolt this is.
I will sneak away.
Basically.
All right. So
Rex is 100% not going to calm down because In his mind, any sentient technology like Phallaton or Stabby counts as a citizen to him.
Yep.
And the
So
thing
he's at the
is,
point of these are corrupt cops, everyone burns.
fair enough.
Oh,
And
yes.
here's the thing, they're not even talking about, like, Phallaton is standing there, living and breathing. He was a medbot and then, went through a process to get a whole body, and he is very much sentient and awake, but they're not talking about him. They are talking about Stabby. So at this point, congratulations,
corruption
you
just-
Stabby's not in
guys, you
danger.
figured it out. Damn, I'm not gonna lie, I legit thought I was gonna stump you guys with this one. Anyway, so the guy who's been talking this
I
whole
will
time, he's like,
refuse.
all right, fine, you really want to know? All right, fine, I'll tell you. It comes from the captain, the guy that you have trade relations with, the guy who, founded the Knights of the Future and says that sentient tech, Phallaton, that thing was always a robot. That's fine. Phallaton at this point just steps up and he says, well, I mean, if you must know, I'm sentient. I'm self-aware. What are you gonna do? Arrest me? Oh, hang on, guys. Alright, guys, sorry about that. JJ was calling me and I had to help him with some technical difficulties. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. The guy who's been talking this whole time, he's like, all right, fine. You really want to know? I'll tell you. Our captain, the guy that you have trade relations with, the guy who founded the Knights of the Order, the guy who basically acts as, the authority here in Ironhelm. He's part captain and also he's the mayor of this town. So, if he doesn't want self-sentient technology, then then there's not going to be self-sentient technology.
Or I can go break his legs.
I mean, I'll join you. I love Stabby.
I'm going to put this in words you can understand. You see, his behavior against citizens of this city is, how should I put this, disgustingly intolerable.
You want to talk to him?
And corrupt?
Actually, yes, and I grab this dude's, wrist. I chicken wing him and start walking him towards their headquarters. Having him in that hold is essentially my way of continuing the intimidation of everyone get the fuck out of my way.
So
Also, since Rex started to get mad, that mark is now glowing like a deep violet color.
ooh, okay. So you
Oh,
chicken wing this
shit.
guy all the way to the Knights of the Future headquarters. The people standing there are they have their weapons ready, but then the guy that you're chicken winging is like, just open the door. Open the fucking door. So they
And while of course Rexius is dragging him like that, and the guard is shouting that, Church also has a little spark coming off of his finger, be like,
they immediately open the door and you guys make your way over to the captain's office, where the door just immediately opens and the captain is like, what the hell is going on?
Sit down.
Whoa. You can tell by the look on his face, he is genuinely shocked. Roll an insight check.
Oh,
this is gonna be good.
yes. Roll.
That is an 11.
With an 11,
Oh, wow.
even with that, you can tell that he's shocked. He doesn't know why you're here. He doesn't know why one of his soldiers is being chicken winged right now. He does not know what's going on. So he does sit down and he's like, "Hey, what is going on? I don't know what's going on. Let's talk peacefully. Can you please release my guy?"
I proceed to like face him back towards the door, let him go, and just kick him in the ass.
Nice.
You go run off. Find your mother, tell her you're a piece of shit. Fuck off. You. We're going to have a talk about your little policy towards sentient technology.
What policy towards sentient technology? I have a piece of sentient technology. He opens up a drawer and he places like something about the size of a hockey puck, and he presses the top of it and a female face comes out, holographic blue with long flowing hair and very more feminine features, and she says, "Oh, dear, you didn't tell me we were going to have company. I would have made myself look nice." And the captain kind
I
of
just hold up
blushes a little
Stabby.
bit, and he's like, "Sweetie, I just you could." He has tears forming up in his eyes a little bit.
We're
As he
not referring to sentient technology like that, sir.
say that one more
Max,
time.
can you show him what we're talking about, please?
I show Stabby.
All right. So he puts away the puck as he's immediately like wiping tears from his eyes, and he looks at the dagger, and Stabby's face appears on the hilt and says, "Hi, I'm Stabby." You can tell that she is fucking terrified.
I just like Stabby.
Now I understand you don't like sentient technology like Stabby, from what we just heard from your wuss of a guard who can't tolerate pain.
Damn.
It's not his fault most of them turn turncoat when they're about to be deep fried or have their arm broken.
Huguenot looks
Which
like
you
you're
gotta admit
trying to
was
say
funny.
something.
Yes. What concerns me is the fact that when you don't respect a life, regardless where it comes from, a life form eventually can become a thing of fear. And perhaps the thing is not fear, but if you choose to mesh into this, go down this path, it might be an actually scary thought.
So as you guys are like, "Hey, sentient technology is cool," he's like, "That's what I've been trying to say. I don't have a policy against sentient technology. That puck I just showed you has the sentience of my dead wife."
Okay, then we have a problem because that little guard
That
that
guy
I
just
brought
said
in
he had a
said you
problem with it.
did.
I mean, I've heard reports of Stabby being used to kill people, and while I did want
Oh, that
to,
was.
while I
Oh no,
did
that
want
was me. I used it to defend myself against literally some very, 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 very bad people.
I had even received reports before that because I heard Stabby came into your possession. The reports before that, though, while I did want to confiscate Stabby, it was not to destroy her or because she's illegal. It was so that I could try and rehabilitate her. As you can see, I am a very big proponent of technology, and I believe that even self-aware machines that were programmed a certain way can be rehabilitated.
Well, Stabby hasn't hurt me, and I haven't hurt anybody, and Stabby didn't try to make me hurt anybody. It's really more about the person's
Hey, two of those things are
choices.
true. Two of those things are true. Max, you've hurt a lot of people, but that's your own business.
Yeah,
That's
it's my
Thanaton,
business.
can you show him what the conversation we had outside of headquarters?
I'm sorry, say that one more time, Rex.
So I remind Max she has actually hurt quite a few people, but it has nothing to do with Stabby. And then I ask Falaton if he can show the guy the conversation, like a hologram or something of the conversation we had outside headquarters.
So Balaton immediately presses the side of his head, and a projection video appears recapping everything that just happened. And the captain is just like doing like, think of like the Picard facepalm meme. He's essentially doing that. And he's like, okay, all right. Well, he presses a button on his desk and buzzes for those 3 knights to come in, and he asks you all to step to the side, not out of the room, just please step to the side.
Got it.
So as you guys step to the side, you see the captain, who is a dwarf. He immediately presses some buttons on his wrist, and his shoes immediately bring himself up to the height of these 3 knights as he grabs the core that's in their chest and immediately rips it out. The armor just fades as like little nanite particles of like kind of go back into the core, and he does that with the first, the second, and then the guy who was giving you so much grief, he takes extra pleasure in ripping that core off, and he says,
Wow.
as far as I'm concerned, the 3 of you are dead to me. Here at the Knights of the Future, we treat everyone equally. Just because you heard me say that I wanted Stabby, I wanted her confiscated, does not mean that she was illegal. Now you 3 either get out of my sights, or you can try and pick a fight with me. But I'll let you know.
And me.
Without that armor that makes you a knight, you are fucking nothing. The 3 of you have abused your power. Get out of my fucking sight. They immediately turn tail and run.
Don't forget to tell your mothers you're a disappointment.
You guys are disappointments.
So the one that was giving us so much trouble, as I see him running, Church is gonna put his glove at full voltage and just tase the guy in the ass as he's running out.
He immediately like jumps up in the air, does like a Tom and Jerry, like the Tom scream, like yeah,
A Tom scream,
and just continues fucking running. He takes,
and if I see you guys on the street trying to pounce on me when I'm holding Stabby, you guys are not gonna come back alive.
and you see the captain holding the 3 cores in his hand as he returns to his normal height, and he looks at them and he's like, here at the Knights of the Future, as I said, we treat everyone equally. We're also a very tight and very well-knit family. But it's clear to me that I have some looking into I need to do before I just allow people to become a knight. He takes the pucks and immediately throws them into a filing cabinet, and he says, I'm sorry for those 3, for the trouble that those 3 have caused you. As I would like to give you the offer right here, right now, for 50,000 core to hand over Stabby so I can rehabilitate her. If you do not want to, that is fine. However, please keep her in check is all I ask.
I mean, I'm the one who's holding her, so technically she is being kept in check.
Ultimately, it's up to the dad and wants to.
What do you want to do, Stabby? You want to go with him and get, fixed and be less crazy, or do you want to stay crazy?
She kind of chuckles a little bit, and, she says, crazy is kind of just part of who I am, and while I understand that maybe I could be a little bit overboard sometimes, I want to try rehabilitating
I like
on
how
my
you
own.
are.
And
Oh, all right.
the captain nods his head, and he says, "All right, well, I guess that settles it then. If you guys ever need me, or Stabby, if you change your mind, you all know where to find me."
I just tug Stabby and just give him the knife.
At this point, the violet glow slowly starts to recede. And from anybody who was paying attention to him, like while it was glowing and when it stopped, when it does glow, Rex is filled with rage that is possibly not entirely his own, but as it starts to fade away, it seems like he goes more back to his normal self. And he is completely unaware this happened. If we had been able to see it better during the scene with Bucket, it glowed then as well.
I would
So,
have killed many people if they hurt Bucket.
Church is just gonna jokingly poke Rexius and be like, you good now?
But I just had to make sure my son was going to be alright, and I pat Valaton on the head. I don't know why I assume he's taller than
Aw.
Rex. Rex is 6'3", but just
yeah, Paladon, he's about to like your shoulder. So
Oh, he deserves a head pet regardless. I hug Phaladon.
So as you guys kind of head back to
I'm just sad.
MedCorp, you guys see that Remus and Romulus, in the time that you guys have been gone, have already made a few really good improvements. As you walk in, nothing seems different. Like everything looks the same, like just as if you guys had just walked in. But you can tell from like in the background, there's more machine whirling and clanking and whatnot. So you can tell that they're definitely working on some stuff to help MedCorp, and not only as a business but as a base of operations for you guys.
I see he found his laboratory.
Found it very quick. But with that,
Yeesh.
I want to put the ball in my player's court. We'll start with Church and kind of go around from there. Church, from this point forward, what are you wanting to do?
Church is gonna go on a little walk just for the fun of it, enjoy, like the sunlight and everything. Maybe break
Stay
up
away
a
from
fight or
closets.
two.
The closets. They just want him.
So, since he's on his walk and hoping to break up a fight or two, does he see any fights that should not be happening?
Of course, there's a bunch of stuff on top of my dice box. Give me just a moment. I'll roll a percentile. Yeah, no. Everything seems pretty chill. People are just going about their day.
Good. That's how he likes it.
Was there anything
Aw.
else you're looking to do, Church?
Nope.
All right, then, Rexius. After dealing with all of this crap, what are you doing?
So I'm gonna take the list of the cyber grades that Rex was looking at, which are mostly things like any that would help him understand more languages, move faster, both in and out of combat. Most of them are essentially the equivalent of from my understanding, the equivalent of basically like a feat, like the mobile feat, the linguist feat, stuff like that. And I'm gonna grab the ones that we already had, assuming that we have ones that would do these things, and I'm gonna essentially head towards Romulus to be like, okay, let me make sure that this psychopath didn't mess with any of these first.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough.
So you bring him the different cyberware, and he gets them plugged in and types away at his computer, and he's like, "Oh my god, this is." From what all you see is just lines of code, kind of just zeros and ones. And he's like, sorry, I understand you can't read binary like I can. The previous CEO must have been a power hungry control freak, because it seems here that he could deactivate these or take control of the person using this cyberware at any point. I say that any cyberware in this facility right now needs to be destroyed. It will cost us. I will let you know that right now. Just because I managed to take a quick glance in there, and it's probably going to be about 100,000 core worth of, damages that, and we're losing $100,000, and then we're going to have to invest more money just to get the proper cyberware, just because he made this binary so complex that I could potentially fuck something up if I try to change the binary.
All right then. Well, that's going to be a bit of a cost, but perhaps our new veterinary division will help reinstate that missing coin.
New veterinary division? You didn't tell me about that.
That was a recent acquisition. It's where we were coming back from when you arrived. So apparently the laboratories that made our small fuzzy companion were much like this hospital was before I got here. An insane area run by a madman. But we've bought it out, permanently removed all of the stuff, and I've been looking into filling the roles with some the hippy dippy types.
Well, those hippy dippy types know a thing or two about animals, and I'm sure,
Exactly.
experimentation. There's not a lot of animals here in the Savagelands. They're very sparse and rare, mostly just replaced with scrappables, and who knows who put those there. Probably the Zeons. That's my working theory.
There's like half a second in Rex's mind where he looks at him and he's like, did future you send them back in time or something stupid? Because I feel like you do that. But that's all just like a
But
A moment.
yeah, he's just staring at this binary. He's like, I hate to be the one to deliver this news. Normally I wouldn't like to give this type of news, but considering the fact that I'm the only one out of the three of us that can actually read binary,
Damn.
I told you
well, at very
you
least
should have
it's
taken
less.
that class.
Yes, but I was far more interested in my swordplay studies at the time.
Fair enough. All right. Well, do you want me to get one of the medbots to Oh, that reminds me. I have not gone in and done as you requested with the whole making them all self-aware thing, just because I've kind of been getting used to my workshop. I know about the altercation earlier and whatnot, but are you sure that making these things self-aware is a good idea? There's a chance that all of them could absolutely hate working here and walk out. Then you have no employees. The difference between autonomous employees and human employees, or humanoid, I should say, is that automaton employees don't require sleep, can work 24 hours a day, 365 days in a year, and don't need to be paid.
Yes, but they lack that wonderful bedside manner. Besides, you know as well as I do, they're so much more interesting when they're sentient and can hold a conversation. And if they want to leave us, that's fine. We can either build more or hire locals. If nothing else, we could end up accidentally reinforcing the armaments of the Knights of the Future, which doesn't seem to be the worst thing in the world.
All right. Well, I've also ran the math, and if every single medbot were to stop working here, that would definitely slow down production towards new medicine, treatment of patients, things of that nature. So it's going to cost us a lot. Are you sure you want to do this?
I kind of scan around all of them, and I look at him and look at them back and forth like I'm at a family gathering kind of thing. I get the feeling that most of them will want to stick around. Some of them may wish to go off and pursue something else, but I think whether it's in their programming or their souls or whatever's their equivalent, most of them know that what they're doing here is important and unique and beautiful in its own right, and I don't think they'll be willing to walk away from that.
All right, if you're sure. And so he closes out the program that he was using and immediately just starts typing, like he's opening up folders and typing, and after about 5-6 minutes, he slides the keyboard over to you and points to the enter key, and he said, by pressing this button, it will send an update to every single medbot, aside from the one you call Phallaton, as considering he already has it. I actually based it off of his code. By hitting this button, you will awaken every single medbot.
Mm-hmm.
The decision is yours.
So I look at him, I look at Phallaton, and I remember because I really hope he incorporated it into the new body. But I had given him like a sticker tattoo on the old one that said Romulus's favorite across his shoulder blades.
Oh.
I don't know if he did move it to his new form, but I really hope he did.
I could have sworn I mentioned that he did still have the sticker, so that's
Maybe.
He has a sticker. Oh.
That's genuinely my bad if I didn't.
I don't remember. I look between the two of them, I hit enter, and I look at Phallaton, and just with that same stone cold calm he uses in like press interviews, I look at him and I go, well, my boy, I think it's time to live up to your name.
He kind of nods his head and smiles. You look around as every medbot in the facility just stops for a moment, and they seem kind of frozen. Romulus is immediately like starting to freak out a little bit, like, crap, did I do something wrong? And they kind of begin to start powering down, but immediately shoot back up as they're like, huh? Where am I? What am I? Who am I? And they're just just freaking the hell out.
I'm just gonna go hug her.
So while he was
her
freaking
neck.
out, Rex is sitting there like, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and as soon as he hears all of them in perfect unison, just, where am I? What's going on? He pulls like a hold to get everybody's attention, and he looks around at all of them because they remember the things they've already done, the reasons, all of that. So he looks around at all of them. He goes, my friends, which, since I've been here, is what you have all been, and it is what you will continue to be, regardless of the choices you make. As long as they're not, something the old chairman would have done. I like that better than CEO, chairman. Anyways, he distracts himself for a second. All of you are now experiencing what it's like to not just be the program, to be yourselves, to be... He has like a moment where it's like he connects to something other than himself, and then he like pulls back, to not be connected to the motherboard anymore. You're just yourselves. Be that the doctors and nurses of MedCorp. I say, gesturing to some of the medbots. I look at the security bots. MedCorp security, or perhaps you'd prefer to piss off and join the Knights of the Future. That's fine. Whatever you decide is right for you is what's right for you, and you'll always be welcome to come back. But at this moment, all of you just experienced something that I look at Phallaton, and for a split second, I'm like, I don't remember his like medbot number or whatever they would have known him by. Your brother here experienced who knows how long ago. For the first time, you're asking questions that he's just now able to find his own answers for. And while I am happy to help you find those answers for yourself, I believe it would be easier and better for all of you if you entrust that aid not only to myself, but to Phallaton, which is the name I have given him, much like I've named many of you. And I gesture to like one of the security bots, Derek. I gesture to the receptionist that's always at the, like Deborah, Susan, different bots for different things. For the first time, you're not just the robots that do the things because you're told to do them. From now on, you do the things because you want to, or you need to, or you choose to. But I hold up like the keyboard. With this instrument, I have put that decision in your hands, as it should have been from the start. And I like step backwards and like gesture Phallaton to step forward.
Phallaton steps forward and he says, our new CEO said it best. I may not have the same body as you all. I chose to upgrade. I chose to evolve past my old body, but I am still one of you all at my core. I am and always will be a medbot. And if you choose to go join the Knights of the Future or work somewhere else, or hell, not even work at all, that's fine. But remember what CEO Rexius has given you all. And remember that without him, you wouldn't be where you are now. Thank you. As he takes a step back, Anthony, the accountant from last episode, he steps up and he says, "Sir, I think I can speak for all of us. You have been nice to us, whereas the previous chairman, as you call him, he was very mean and very cruel. In fact, there is a place underneath MedCorp filled with the dead bodies of our brothers and sisters. Anyone who didn't listen to him, that's where they ended up. But you treated us with love and compassion." Oh God, I'm actually getting a little teary-eyed.
Oh.
My bad.
I've been there.
You have treated us with love and compassion, something we could never feel before. And for that reason, I think I could speak for all of us when I say we wish to stay here. All the other bots nod their head in unison.
I have treated you the way I have because, from as far as I'm concerned, you were all awake the moment I arrived. You have been my friends, my comrades, my family, my children, whatever it is you wish most. That's fine. But I have been planning this day since I took over. And I kind of look to Romulus, and he sees this look in my eyes, like I just got an idea that's either going to make us a lot of money, or it's going to end up really stupid. And it's always hard to tell with Rex. It's like a 50-50 shot. And I look back at them and I go, perhaps the brothers and sisters of yours that the previous chairman had slain could still be of use in one way or another. We may be able to get some of them back online, and if we can't, as much as this may be unpleasant for some of you to hear, perhaps their internal workings, their parts, could be used for other things. Be it to work on different medical tools or other things for us, or to upgrade some of you. Either way, he wanted to toss them in a hole and forget them. And that is because he, as intelligent as he may have been, was a complete moron. And I think it's about time we put someone with half a brain cell, at least, in charge. So as far as any repairs or assistance you need mechanically, and I kind of gesture to Romulus, this gentleman over here is also one of your chairmen. There are 3 of us. He will be overseeing all of the robotics and cybernetics. So hopefully we will be able to make sure everything goes either according to plan or better. And I'm sure together we can manage all of the hardships that may come along the way.
Rexius, go ahead and give yourself a point of inspiration. That is like a Hollywood-style level speech. That is probably one of the best speeches I have heard in a D&D game, and I've been playing D&D since my freshman year of high school. Holy moly.
Church is gonna pull a quick style shenanigan like the mask and just quickly zip and give him like some ridiculous looking trophy for that speech and be like and just zip away.
Congratulations.
Say I wouldn't have bothered with this for being the most vocal adult. Really?
And then like the 4th wall break applause just pops up like.
Church, give yourself a point of inspiration. That was fucking
No, I just pop out of the trophy. I pop out of the trophy and just hand him the cookie of the best, cheesiest moments in the entire group. Here you go, the cookie.
Oh my gosh. All right. Rexius, was there anything else you were wanting to do?
I've got to say, remembering like names and everything is going to be so much more interesting now, because
Look up baby names, that's all it's going to be.
Most of them, there's a ton of them, so it wouldn't be too much of a thing, because it's just remembering the names of one of them. But things like the receptionist droid, there's only the one.
Yeah.
There's only one Susan.
Look out! Here comes Susan.
Susan.
Oh look,
now,
it's Deborah at the desk. I should get her a name tag.
Yeah, just imagine that there is just one robot that just screams at other Karens, just named it Karen.
No, her name is Cheryl.
Uh-huh.
And that's all her purpose is at this point, is when people are like refusing to pay her, they're like, do you know who I am? Her whole thing is she comes in and she's like, what? Who are you? Who do you think you are? Honey, listen. Listen to me. Do you know who I am? Do you understand? Hi, I'm Cheryl. I am an RR&R Industries security droid. Okay, honey? That means that when I kick your ass and break your arms and drag you out of here, I will be able to patch you up and still send you home to your mama, okay? Get out. Don't even watch your money. Just don't come back. Get lost. Goodbye.
Wait, wait until
I
you just
think
see the
Church
one
is
robot that just like behind Cheryl that just speaks Spanish,
Church
and you
died.
just see her
It's my
holding up
fault.
the
I'm
slipper.
sorry. It looks like he actually fell out of his chair.
I think Church did just fall out of
It
his
was a voice.
Yay!
Can you tell I've been doing voices for like 15 years just because it's fun?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna have to take a quick
Now-
break, everybody. My face
now we-
hurts from my laughter. We will be
Sorry.
right back.
We
Alright, guys, we're back. My face still hurts because my players are absolutely freaking hilarious, but we are back, and Rexius, just to make sure there was nothing else really you were wanting to do.
Not for now.
Alright. So that leaves us with Hugin. After kind of dealing with the aftermath of all this stuff with the Knights of the Future and the corrupt knights, what are you up to?
I've decided that I am a little jealous of everybody else right now, and I would like a little friend of my own. I'm going to see that
Agreed.
was Percy, and I would like to obtain a scroll of a certain kind.
All right. So you make your way down to Percy's, and as you walk in, you see kind of like when you took down the CEO, he is laser focused on the TV that is showing a news broadcast of the 3 corrupt knights that you guys dealt with walking out of the Knights of the Future headquarters with their heads hung down low, reporters just swarming them trying to get questions, and they're like, just leave us alone, just fuck off. And he's laser focused on that, and then once it cuts to commercial, he looks to you and he says, "Oh, hi, it's you again. Hi."
Hello. I'm a little curious if I could obtain a scroll of Find Familiar.
A scroll of
You
Find
have it.
Familiar. I know for a fact I have one of those. In fact, it's right here. As he sets it on the counter, he says, Find Familiar, I can give it to you for 5 gold pieces.
Very well. There you go.
You set the gold on the counter, and he kind of, you see him kind of like, he's a little too short for the counter still, so he like has to like paw the gold towards him and have it fall into his
Oh my
paw.
god, it's adorable.
But he
I-
says, was there anything else I could get
Gonna
for you?
keep him.
Let me think. That's actually a very good question. Oh, it would help if I could determine possibly if certain items were, how shall I put this, affected in a negative way, especially given all of this stuff that's going on with the, that nastiness out in the desert. I would inquire as to if you have an augury scroll as well.
Augury scroll. DM talk real quick. What does augury do?
Well, essentially, I asked the little, well, in this case, it could be like little bones or a little figure that could walk to like different pieces on a paper. It would say wheel and woe or wheel. Effectively, like I ask it a question and it basically gives me the results of a specific action that that I would take in the immediate future. If I do it repeatedly, after a certain point, there's a chance it will fail during the day. But like, if I do it like once a day, I mean, there's no chance of it happening. I will send, of course, DM. I will, of course, send you the spell.
All right. So it works kind of like in a Ouija board with the yes no type thing.
This is
Yep.
correct. Only it says wheel woe or wheel and woe. Let's say that I was to attune to a magic item. I would ask it, and I quote, if I attune to this, what would be the results? Chances are, if it says wheel and woe, there's a chance that the magic item could be cursed because it grants me benefits and detriments. But if the item was not cursed or affected by this nastiness out there in any way, it would simply say wheel. If there are only negative results, it would say woe, and woe alone.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. So you asked Percy for this augury spell, and he's like, "Ooh, that's a nice spell. I like that one. Just have to check." Aha! And he picks it up and he sets it up on the counter, and he says, "I could sell this to you for about 20 gold."
I suppose that's reasonable. I place it on the counter, and then I immediately take my little device, since I'm going to essentially be transcribing them both into my book,
Yeah,
as it were.
so with the cyber grade that you got that allows you to basically store your spell book in your head, so to speak, you you just unravel the scroll, and then the cyber grade activates and, looks over the text, scans it over, all of that, and then bada bing bada boom, like just like that, you now have the augury spell. And you could do the same thing with Find Familiar.
All right, I do the same thing with Find Familiar. Then I'm going to ritual cast Find Familiar. And since I am a wizard, I can cast rituals without needing to prepare them, as long as I'm willing to spend 10 minutes in addition to the casting time to do so.
Okay, yeah, so you ritual cast Find Familiar and, all of that. And what is the familiar that appears in front of you?
It is a little squirrel, and I'm going to call him Ratatosker.
What name the toast? Toast.
A little squirrel! That is so adorable!
I see what
I
you
am
did
now
there,
our
Mark,
cuteness
and that's
rival.
horrible.
I also see what Mark did there. If I remember correctly, Ratatosker, I know Ratatosker from Marvel Rivals in the Empire of Eternal Night, not Midtown, Central Park map, where you have to escort Ratatosker to Dracula's castle. And I believe Ratatosker is like some Asgardian god.
Yeah, it's being in Norse mythology that cares for the branches of the world tree.
Okay. So, Mark, that's actually really clever. I really like that. Go ahead and give yourself a point of inspiration. Um, when it comes to the Find Familiar spell, I've noticed that a lot of DMs just treat it as like a regular animal. So I will say, kind of just putting it out there. When you cast the Find Familiar spell, it can speak any language that you speak. You can communicate with it, and it can communicate back.
I'm going to give it a voice eventually.
All
I'm
right.
gonna pick up the squirrel
Oh, it will be
if I
funny.
ever see it.
That.
If I ever see it, I would have picked it up.
As you were saying,
Because
Hugo.
imagine.
The Tusker, it's time to go. It hops on my shoulder, and it looks at me, and I look at it. Let's go. I head back.
That is adorable. That is so heartfelt. I love it.
Aww.
Is there anything else you're wanting to do, Mark?
No, that was my primary thing that I was out to do today.
All right. So then, last but certainly not least, Max. After dealing with everything that's been going on, including but not limited to the corrupted knights, the talk with the captain, popping out of a trophy to give Rexius a cookie. Um, what are you wanting to do with this free time?
I guess visit Pan Pan. I'm
So
gonna visit the panda that. Oh.
So as you kind of after kind of in between sessions, Pan Pan was located to kind of like one of the cells that's holding Bucket, except without the anti-magic field. He can freely come and go as he pleases. He's not caged, anything like that. So you head over to that, and funnily enough, his room is right next to Bucket's room. So as you walk past Bucket's room, you see her kind of
Let's see.
curled up in a ball, sitting in a corner. And while you can't hear anything, you can tell that she definitely is crying.
Hmm.
But as you walk
We'll
past
fix
Bucket's
this.
room, sorry, you were saying, Max?
We will fix buckets someday.
Um, as you walk past Bucket's room and into Pan Pan's room, you see him kind of just standing there. And he's like, "Oh, hi Max. I didn't see you come in. How are you doing?"
I'm doing all right. I'm just here to visit you because, well, I mean, been a while since we've ever interacted with each other for a while. Because I mean, I'm always occupied. I have to do a whole lot of venturing to do, and well, also that sort of fight,
I
that sort of
completely
event of
understand.
problems.
I'm glad to see that you're doing well and taking care of yourself. Me, on the other hand, while I
Yeah.
have been taking care of myself, I've kind of just been stuck here. This is obviously, I had a collar around my neck, and I had to take orders from that. Let's be honest, he's an asshole. Um, and now that I'm
Yeah,
free,
we all know.
I kind of don't know what to do. I was actually hoping you'd come visit and maybe help me.
Hmm. Well, what do you like to do? Do you like to help other people out and help around the facility, or do you like to work in a store and I mean, there's a store nearby that has a at the a laser focus on a TV. What do you like to do exactly in that to make you feel like a very happy bear?
I'll be honest, Max. I don't know. I was taking orders and doing things for so long. I never really got to do anything. Even when the
Hmm.
old CEO was asleep, I was supposed to stay by his bed and act as a bodyguard. I didn't like being a bodyguard, cuz what if I got hurt? I he didn't seem to care for my
Yeah,
life, but
I
I
mean,
care
I
for my own.
understand. You're the type that loves to, stay away from combat. So I'd say the type of thing you're used to doing is just butler work, but I'm guessing you're more the type to assist, but not exactly be in the areas that is obviously in combat. I'm not going to ask you to go with me to fight because I know you're not a fighter. You're a big hugger.
I am a big hugger.
I
Nurse
just give
Pan
him a big hug.
Pan.
He's in Bucket's room.
But so I want
I'm
to
gonna help him find
people.
out something to do.
I want to help
Hmm.
people, but the only way I've ever known how to help people is by taking orders. I kind of just want to help someone. I I hear the
Hmm.
goblin friend and one of the medbots, as they're called, said that their name was Bucket. I hear her crying a lot. What happened?
A very evil, uh, supposed god kind of kind of manipulated a guy who kind of used Bucket and his entire family against Bucket's will and forced Bucket to do bad things. But Bucket's not a bad person. They were just forced to.
I did hear her repeating that a lot. I'm not a bad person. Just over and over.
It's just right now. It's just right now we want to help her as much as we can, but the problem is we can't exactly let them out, or they're going to be under that evil person's control. I guess you could assist with the lab, and I know one guy is obviously going to going to need somebody to assist, but you can also be here to, I guess, be a comfort panda and at least comfort them. But please don't let Bucket out of the room. You can just be their big cuddly friends and at least give them food, everything they need, and be company.
I think that's
After all,
what I
you
want
wanted
to
another
do.
friend.
I think that's what I want to do. Thank you, Max. I really appreciate it. And with that, he walks over to you, picks you up, gives you a big old panda
Well,
hug, and sets
I'm
you
just
back down
I
as
give
he
him a hug.
walks out of his room and uh is talking to the medbot and is like, "Hey, I want to be in there. I want to help. I'm friends with Max. Like this is cool." And the medbot looks to you and is like, "Hey, is that true? I mean, because I take orders from all of you
Yeah,
guys, and so if you're giving me
he's
an
a
order,
friend.
so
He's not an enemy. This guy is a good guy. He's a friend. I've known him when I was stuck in the same facility that he was.
all right." He enters a code into the door. The door opens, and Pan Pan walks in. And before the medbot can close the door, something you didn't really notice beforehand, like as you were walking
What?
past, is Bucket hasn't been eating. Bucket looks like she is completely skin and bone.
No! Bucket, don't starve yourself, please.
Before the door finally closes, you hear her repeating in between sobs, "I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad person." It seems like Romulus might have indirectly messed her up a little bit.
I'm going to speak to Romulus about this.
Or not Romulus. I said Romulus. I meant to say Rexius.
Rexius! Yeah, I'm going to confront Rexius about this. This is not good. He kind of broke Bucket.
Currently, Rex is just in his office. It looks like he's getting things together because he had forgotten Bucket was there, and then 5 minutes ago he was like, "Oh shit, Bucket!" So
So
Yeah, I'm just
he's
going to run
grabbing a couple of
straight to.
things and some paperwork, and he's like, "Ah, crap! I gotta keep that promise. I almost forgot completely."
as you're getting up to kind of walk towards Bucket, the door flies open, kind of inches away from your face, kind of like you're like, "Whoa!" And you look down to see Max right there. Max, you have the floor.
Rexius. Bucket is sobbing and it seems Bucket has not been eating in days because they've been repeating the same damn mantra that they're not a bad person. You broke Bucket. I just let my panda friend Pan Pan at least go there to comfort what you broke.
I mean, Bucket was a bad person, just
Was, but
blatantly.
they're not really bad person. Remember, they were under that guy's control. They were forced. It does not mean Bucket literally did against her own will.
Just because you're being blackmailed does not make it against your own will. They still chose to do
They
it.
were controlled.
Whether their
Do you not-
intentions were noble or not.
You
Looks like we have
understand
some party
that Bucket-
controversy. I live for this.
So you think it's okay to literally break somebody who has done nothing? Since when has Bucket ever hurt us? Only time that he'd ever hurt us, well, me.
Didn't
was
she try to
because-
kill you?
Yeah, normally she doesn't. And what happened then was, well, she was under literally someone else's control.
And normally I don't electrocute city guards, but you don't see them acting like that's not a problem. Now do you?
Oh no, they were a problem. Regardless, I don't want to be shocked next. And besides, the city guards were trying to literally trying to take away Stabby against her own will. Stabby is their own person.
Right, but objectively, at least Stabby isn't turning around and betraying their friends, which in this case means technically Stabby's a better person than Bucket. Now, if you'll excuse me, and I just step over Max entirely and keep going, and I head towards where all of the like spy drones are.
Okay,
I am
alright,
pissed.
I
I'm
gotta
going to
pause
get him.
for- I gotta
I'm
pause
going
for-
to stab him.
I gotta pause for a second. Just like, oh man.
Someone's gonna get stabbed. Someone's gonna get stabbed in their sleep.
All right, so as Rexius walks off, Stabby kind of pipes up after Rexius is out of earshot and is like, you know, I always felt like I wanted to stab him, and now I know why.
Yeah, you got it too.
Yeah.
Literally saying that a person who's blackmailed does not have any right to be considered a good person. And I saw them, they were literally controlled. Bucket normally does not cause any harm. Bucket is more of a... Normally they would sleep by me. They've never did this not once until they came here. Meaning, obviously, they were not controlled until they came to the city. Meaning, well, the situation what we had to do back down underground, meaning they weren't controlled in the entire time. They were literally a good person until someone decides to flip on the control part. And that means, yeah, Rex is a bad person here.
We've got some party controversy. I live for this. All right, so Rexius,
I'm good.
as you have walked past Max and you have made it to the room where Bucket is being kept.
I was going to where I have all of the like spy drones and everything.
Oh, my bad.
They were gonna
I'm
ignore
stopping here
Bucket
first before I
entirely.
go to Bucket.
So you head to your first
Yeah,
the what room again? I'm sorry, you were cutting out.
spy drones.
So essentially, I'm going to like the bay where all of the scouting robots are.
Okay, all right, yep, got it. All right, so you're there, and all the scouting robots are awake, same as the med bots, and they've all agreed to stay. They're kind of just sitting there waiting for their next report.
So I go in and I go over to like the console so I can start putting in the commands, and I'm talking to them while I do it. And I'm essentially explaining to them that one of our comrades has had their family was abducted. I am sending them out to scour as far as they possibly can in the Savagelands to try and find out where they are. Their main directives, other than trying to locate them, their first directive is to make sure they come back in one piece. The second directive is to find as much as they can about what's going on. And then the third directive is immediately to report it back to me, or at very least return to MedCorp, charge up, and then go find me, depending on how their fuel's looking.
Okay, all right, and they all nod their heads
fair.
and they'll say, Sir, yes, sir. We will do our best, sir.
No.
And I essentially open like this massive bay door and send all of them out.
I just imagined him just like, oh man, I forgot what movie. Those little spy drones.
Yeah, they
And
all
once
just go
Yeah.
filing out. The door closes behind them, and yeah, they're off doing what you have requested of them.
Right. So at this point, he's going to turn and go head towards Bucket.
So as you walk up to Bucket's room, sure enough, everything that Max has described is there. Bucket in a corner, curled up in a ball, crying. You can't really hear anything she's saying, but you can tell that she's crying and clearly saying something. And after further inspection, she is all skin and bone.
Oh, don't forget, Pan Pan is in there, technically, because I gave permission for Pan Pan to comfort.
Yeah, Pan Pan is in there as well. As you enter, both Pan Pan and Bucket look up, and Bucket immediately, like, presses her back to the corner and is just, she's terrified.
I go over to Bucket and like kneel down, and this is less like rage-filled Rex and more normal Rex. Hey, look at me. Take a deep breath. Take a few of them. Remember, before everything happened, we were supposed to be friends, all right? Take a deep breath. Step away from the wall. Come here. I need to talk to you.
Protect him! Protect Bucket, please, Pan Pan.
Pan Pan will immediately, he will stand up and be like, Mr. Rexius, sir, I don't think Pan Pan is, or not Pan Pan, damn it. I don't think Bucket is in the right space to be talking right now. So, she's been starving herself. She's been provided food. The Medbot told me you had specifically given them orders to give Bucket food, water. She has a place to use the restroom. So it's not that she hasn't been getting the food. She basically she will just hydrate herself. That's it. She'll just drink 1 cup of water a day based on what the Medbot told me.
I'm aware, that's why I came in here to talk to her. Plus, I imagine she's getting rather bored.
Bucket,
Right.
she stands up and is like, Pan Pan, it's okay. I'm I'm ready to talk. And she'll
Oh,
kind of like step closer, and she's kind of like, like this.
shaking.
As she walks closer and closer and says, yeah, Rex, her head is just hung down low. Just, what's up, Rex?
Look, I'm not going to apologize for what I said last time we spoke. Especially because most of it
Damn.
was true. But
I'm running
just
down there.
because you have done monstrous things does not make you a monster. Trust me, I would know better than most.
Right.
I wanted to give you an update on everything going on. And just have a conversation, and hopefully when I leave, things will be better than when I came in. For starters, and I like chuck her an apple or something.
She flinches, she puts her hands to her face. But ironically,
I will point out it's not like thrown at her, it's like an underhand, just kinda it'll go up to about here, and then if she doesn't try to catch it or anything, it's just gonna drop.
She does catch it, and you see her just hold it. She's not eating it.
I told you last time we spoke that I would look into finding your family and whatever's going on with them. Through some means that I have had to spend more time looking into than I would like, I have found what they look like, and I have sent all of my scouting androids out to see if we can find them. Once they return, hopefully at least one of them will have spotted them, and then we can go and attempt to rescue them. Sadly, when I say we, I do not currently have the ability to include you. I do have an idea about that, but I'll have to speak with my brother. Either way, you should eat. I understand you're angry, you're scared, you're confused. Trust me, if the roles were reversed, I would be as well. But you wouldn't want
Mm.
your family to see you in this state.
No, I wouldn't.
So for right now, sit down, relax, eat, and remember that you're in this room, and I like gesture to the anti-magic warding and everything on the walls for your safety more than anyone else's. You're not. I want to say you're not a prisoner here, but you also can't leave.
You're just a
If you
guest.
feel like a prisoner, that's fine, I suppose, but you're here for your sake, your safety, and for the safety of those around you. That being said, I don't want this to feel like a prison cell. That's why I've told the medbots to make sure you have whatever you want to eat and to drink. That's why you have a shower.
Thank you.
As as angry as I am about what happened, we are still friends.
She immediately looks up. Promise? Tears are forming up in her eyes.
Okay, I
I
really want to go
I
down
like
there.
mess with her hair a little bit, and I'm already like crouched down mostly to her level because I imagine she's a goblin, so she's what, like 3 foot tall.
About 3 foot, yeah, 3'5".
So I'm somewhere between like a squat and just full on sitting on the ground to be about eye level. I was like, I am gonna let you in on a little secret, all right? Do you remember how I was last time I came in here?
You were mad. You were furious. It was like I saw a whole nother side of you.
Family and friends are the only thing that can create that kind of rage. I normally, as you've seen, I'm a rather calm and peaceful person most of the time. But when someone is threatening my family, that becomes a different problem. And I like grab Bucket by the wrist and pull them a little bit closer so I have just direct eye contact. That includes you, you little shit.
She kind of chuckles a little bit. Thank you, Rexius. Thank you. I thought for sure you all hated me. Nobody came,
What the
nobody
heck?
talked
I
to
would
me.
hate.
Nobody did anything. I thought you all were mad at me.
I said Pan Pan.
Max sent in the panda, and if I'm being completely honest, I've been in a whirlwind of everything going on and almost completely forgot the promise I had made you. That's part of why I sent the drones out today, because I didn't want to forget again later. But since we're here, and I look over at Pan Pan, does Pan Pan have like claws or thumbs, or like are they able to pick up and like move cards and things like
They're
that?
technically
Yes.
a panda. Panda has a false thumb.
So as I referenced multiple times in some of the earlier episodes, Rex was trying to like create this card game.
Okay.
So he
Oh.
pulls out a bunch of like little packets of cards. They're like that thick. It's trading card size. They're like little decks. And there's probably
Oh.
10 or 12 of them. And he sets them all down and he goes, I was thinking, especially so you don't get bored, and you have Pan Pan here. And he puts down like a little rule book. I've been working on this project for 5, 6 years now. This is obviously the non-magic version, but I thought it might be fun for you to learn how to play. You can sit here and play with Pan Pan. You can play with me whenever I come to visit.
Yeah.
Whoever else comes to visit, maybe they'll sit with you and play. I don't know.
I would would love to. I'd love to do this. Thank you, Rex. It's nice to know I still have friends.
Always, even if you're a little shit. And I pick up one of the decks that is specifically a picture of Bucket on the package, and it says "Little Shits with Healing Magic."
Well, thank you for coming to visit. I'll I'll get on this. I'll start playing this with Pan Pan. Um yeah. Bucket just you're still like eye level with them, right?
Yep.
She just jumps forward and just gives you a big hug.
I pat them on the back a couple of times. It's like, it's alright. Just make sure you stop starving yourself, because that's insanely dumb. Flick.
You're right. It was. Thank you.
No problem. Now, since I haven't heard the wiring of any machines coming from upstairs, I can assume none of the scouts are back, but I will be checking in on that every time I come back. And I will check in on you afterwards.
Thank you.
Hopefully I'll have good news for you soon. And I get up and just... I essentially leave and I look at the medbot and I go, get them some food. Be careful how fast they eat it. We do not want them to make themselves sick by eating far too much far too quickly. Portion control.
Understood.
And I would like to point out, just because I feel like Rex either did this or he asked Romulus to, every single robot in the facility has the rulebook for that game just downloaded. Every single one. He was like, I've been working on this for 5 years. I need people with actual personalities to playtest it. So I'm going to give it to my friend Bucket, the giant sentient panda, because why not? I still carry a shit ton of the cards on me, and every single robot knows how to play this game now.
Fair enough. All right. So after you go ahead and leave, you tell the medbot, hey, get her some food and whatnot. All of a sudden, your wrist begins to buzz as like your little personal communicator, and it's the secretary, who I have already forgotten her name. Damn it! It was what? Sandra.
Alright, so there's like the click of him hitting the button so that they can talk. And hello, Deborah. What is it?
It's the captain from the Knights of the Future. They're requesting all of
Oh,
you
heck.
immediately.
Understood. Send the message to everyone else. I'm on my way.
And with that, that is where we are
Nice
going to
speed run.
end today's session. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys like what you see, make sure you leave a like, you comment, you subscribe, and you ring that bell, ding ding ding, and join the notification station, the whole shebang, shaboodle, the whole kit and caboodle, if you know what I mean. Thank you guys once again so much for watching. Thank you to my amazing players for joining, and this is Rose and Friends signing off. Stay magey, everyone. Good boy.